All right, what's going on, guys? It's Zero here. So basically, I wanted to talk to you guys today about Skarlet's option select. But before I tell you guys or show you guys her option select, I just wanted to throw this out here. I'm not a fan of anybody using the option select. I don't condone it. I am not a fan of it. I think it's really cheap for you to sit there and take advantage of the fight by having a computer think for you instead of you thinking for yourself. Which pretty much means that you're being lazy and you don't want to think for yourself. So when the opponent does a certain action, that's when your option select actually triggers and does something different instead of what you originally inputted, right? So that's how I personally feel about option selects. I think they should be banned. I'm not a fan of it whatsoever. Now, there are ways of beating an option select, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's like you didn't press that. You pressed a string into a special move, but when a character does something, it will trigger an option select, and then all of a sudden the game will think for you, which it already knows what the opponent's going to do because the opponent is pressing the button, so it's already registering in the game. So the computer's like, okay, I see what he's doing already, because the computer already knows. So when it happens, guess what happens? The opponent gets denied of their guaranteed punish because of some bullshit ass option select. Like I said, option selects can be beaten, but I am not a fan of option selects. I think they're very cheap, and I think you are a very cheap player if you're using an option select. Now, of course, you can expose option selects in the game. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but to use it in a mid-match, like, that's bogus, bro. Like that's just bogus. Like, you're not thinking. The game is thinking for you. So that means you're not even learning. You're just taking advantage of something that's really cheap. You know, but of course, you know, everybody has a different opinion about it. Some people support it. There's other people who don't support it. There's people on YouTube that are very vocal about option selects and why they don't like option selects whatsoever in this game. Or in any 2D fighting game or whatever, right? I think it's even in 3D fighting games like Tekken. I think option select should be banned, but that's just my personal opinion. But anyway, I digress. Back to what I was getting ready to show you guys. So I'm just gonna hold on. Am I controlling her? Okay, cool. So I was doing some experimenting with Skarlet because I might post up a couple of matches with her here and there, and then I'm gonna actually talk about you know, this AI option shit, because there's something that's really pissing me off about it, but I'll make another video talking about that once I get the time to. But anyway, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for Skarlet's back 3, and then I'm going to go into her down back 4, which is her blood tentacle. And you're going to see a major difference, right? So I have my buttons on the screen so that way you guys can see what I pressed. So that way you guys can understand that I literally pressed the blood tentacle special move, and for some odd reason she did something different, and I didn't even deliberately do that. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Hold on, I gotta get a little bit. Okay, there we go. So watch this. See how Sub-Zero is? See how I'm like blocking this and shit? See how I'm blocking it? See my button inputs over there on the left side? See that? Now watch this. You see that? You see this? She's doing something totally fucking different, dude. Even when I jump, look, even when I jump, look what happens. You see that? You see how fucking trippy that shit is? And now she's doing something different because I have her, I have the computer programmed to do that somehow, right? So like, see this? Look. Now watch this. Some fucking trippy shit, bro. Like for real, that's not what I pressed. I pressed the blood tentacle, and for some reason the option select came out. So I'm not supporting this at all. I think this is very cheap. You know what I'm saying? This is just very cheap. I don't support option selects whatsoever. If you support it, then that's you. That's perfectly fine. It's not like I'm going to talk down to you or some shit because you support it, but I don't support it. I think it's cheap, and I think it should be banned in the game. I don't like the idea that you can press a certain string into a special move, and depending on what the opponent does or how they react to it, the game will automatically think for you. And since they already know what the opponent is about to press, right, the game automatically punishes the opponent. So I just think that's really fucking cheap. I don't like it. I think it needs to go. I think it needs to be permanently banned, especially in like tournament play, because I think even in tournament play you can use option selects. Now, like I said, there are ways of beating an option select, so let me show you guys how to beat her option select for this. I don't know if she only has 1 or 2 or whatever, but this just randomly showed up when I was training with her. So anyway, so what you can do is you can literally jump and punish her, because as you can clearly see, she's going for the string instead of the blood tentacles, and then you can literally get 30% with Sub-Zero every single time she decides to go for that string. So you could pretty much take advantage of this string, right? Which makes no sense because that's not what I did, but the game is assuming that's what the fuck I did, right? So this is all I really had to say. This video is going on way too long. I don't support option selects whatsoever. I will never support it because I don't think it takes skill to do it, because you didn't think, the computer thought for you. You didn't do it. You just inputted certain buttons, and you literally just took advantage of the situation, right? To where you won't take any type of consequences or repercussions. And if the opponent doesn't know anything about that option select or whatever the case may be, then they won't be able to punish you. So they're just going to be like, yo, I can't do anything. Like, what the fuck? Like, this guy's making good reads. Or at least that's what they're going to think, when in reality, you're literally doing an option select, or you're not actually trying to do an option select. You were trying to go for your back 3 into the blood tentacle, which that's what I was trying to do. So, like I said, video is going on way too long. I don't support option selects. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.